What I'm expecting, I'm hopefully to meet some new people and to come away with some thoughts as to how I can better market my current program and how to move forward into the future, really. Yeah.
What I expect is it's about, sharing information. There's some key players in the aged care industry that are going to be presenting today. It's all about sort of creating awareness, amongst the different sections of aged care, and also too it's about, about that networking and sort of working together with the changes that are coming and that have already occurred.
I've travelled up from the Illawarra today, so I'm really hoping to get abreast of some of the changes that are going on in the industry and hopefully take some of that back to my region, and also to network with some of the service providers and get their feedback on what's going on in this area and see what we can use in our area too.
To be able to network with a lot of providers and also to look at what can be done at grassroots level and to feed that back up through the system.
Like the breakout sessions that were going to occur, that there will be feedback that will eventually sort of go along the chain to pass on to the Minister. Yeah.
I hope that we can be able to improve on the services which we will be providing to our senior citizens.
I found that the Minister's address was very appropriate for the discussions of today, and very respectful and covering of diverse peoples, I guess. So obviously they're thinking along the right lines for our industry and for the changes that are coming along.
Quite good, very generic, talking about the changes coming up, which is useful. Hearing from the department representative and talking about the prioritisation of the waiting list for home care packages. A bit concerning for the CALD community. I'm a bit concerned about people who require CALD specific services who are on the list, but they need to wait until the service they've nominated comes available. I'm just not sure how it's going to work for the older CALD community who can't really access websites, technology, who really depends on services like ours to get services. So today's going to be quite interesting to share our views with one another and come up with some strategies for the future.
So it was good to see that both ministers were aware of what we were doing and actually wanted to contribute to the symposium in general. And I thought it was really helpful to have the government person to clearly outline what the changes will involve and how people can contact them and participate in commenting on issues that we may have experienced with the people that we work with.
What I felt when I first heard the ministers, especially the federal minister, he was talking clearly about the CALD community, but in a matter of fact it sounded very nice, it sounded very positive, it sounded very caring, but when it comes to the crunch, I don't think so on the based down to the ground of it, the grassroots of it. We don't see that happening on the ground because, as a matter of fact, I do consider myself as the first service provider from a Muslim background addressing the Muslim community, and I don't see that kind of support and enough resources to support such a community which they are in need, and there is a big vacuum down there for this community.
I suppose as professionals working in this industry, we actually want to know the nuts and bolts. We need to know more. We need to know, it's like we're talking in this wide spectrum, but how exactly is it going to work? Just tell us straight out. It's a national wait list. So does that mean if there's more need in Northern Territory, does New South Wales miss out? These are, we need answers, and we're not getting that today. So maybe it has set the scene for more conversations, and we'll see what happens.
the presentation. I have to congratulate all the organizers. Has been very well organized. And the last presentation was very important because the staff issue for aged care is one of the main. If you don't have the right staff, you cannot provide the service the residents or client needed.
Positioning our organisation in the changing sector. I found it really informative. I really enjoyed it. It was really a lot of food for thought to think about with the upcoming changes.
I attended the marketing session. There are a few tips from the marketing organisation about specifically focusing on the consumers and how you can build the relationships with them, how to value add. She was talking a little bit about using the kind of McDonald's approach of offering really good quality services by having really good staff who are really well trained and that the leadership supports them, but then that those people can also look at what the needs of the consumers are or the needs of the clients are and then add on to that. So looking at what the needs are that they may not even know that they have, that you can then try to support them in other ways apart from the main core of your business. So you can kind of build your business that way and meeting the needs of the people in a more holistic way.
Positioning your organisation. Yeah, look, the session was good. I guess I looked at it from my point of view of working with the board and the board being a bit older and have been involved in our service for a long time. I guess trying to help them to sort of move forward and look forward. So I think it's actually a useful thing and I think the training that comes from the session I was in is something that I would encourage members of my board to get involved in.
I'm really looking forward to having a talk with my workers and volunteers about how they see themselves within the strategic plan. I'm really looking forward to involving them and to just have a chat about what they enjoy, about what they're doing, and to try and market that into something that we can move towards the future with. Yeah.
One of the issues will be review the questionnaire for the staff to ask how they're feeling when they're working, how happy they are, and what else we can provide it for making them to stay longer in aged care.
2 tips, valuing staff more, I think, recognising what your staff actually know, and also volunteers, really treating volunteers as staff members and providing them with all of the sorts of things that staff members would normally expect in terms of training and respect and things like that.